Hi everyone! Hope you've been enjoying our Mentos episode so far. Last time, Josh and Daniel gave us a short presentation on the topic of God's existence through the moral argument.
Yeah, and that was actually really interesting. I never thought that our intuitive reaction to what is right and wrong in our world can actually be an evidence for the existence of God. But it does make sense, since most of us have moral reactions to the right and to the wrong. It shows that we must measure what is going on in our lives with a moral standard or a moral law. And if there's a moral law, then there must be a moral law giver, and that's God. But Zoe, are there other arguments or evidence for the existence of God?
Yes, there are many. Let's talk about one that I find fascinating, the fine-tuning argument.
Fine-tuning? You mean this? Or this?
Yes, but let's imagine this.
Hey Josh, what's going on?
Doing good.
Yeah, you getting into archery recently?
Yeah, man. I got this nice bow from my good friend Eric.
Oh,
I figured while we're shelter in place, I'm just gonna work on my shot here. Try to learn some archery and get some exercise.
Oh, nice. I actually do a little archery by myself too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My goal is to, try to practice target shooting and then hit my target from 100 yards away.
100 yards away. Oh, no, that's not too bad. I bet I could do that today.
No, dude, this thing is not easy, man. Like, you see the size of this thing?
Nah, you know what? I bet. Oh, okay, there's a triangle there about 100 yards away. I bet I can shoot through that triangle and hit you. Huh?
No. Dude, if you can actually do that, I'll give you a bow.
All right, sure. It's on.
Oh! Oh man, how do you do that?
It's kind of lucky, I guess.
What?
Beginner's luck? No, you're right. Actually, earlier I calculated the distance between where you're standing and then where we were earlier. And then I also calculated based on the tension of the bow and the weight of the arrow and the wind, how to get through the triangle and hit you.
Wow. So you basically hustled me.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's some excellent shooting skill Daniel got there. He's been hiding this skill all this time.
Exactly. I don't think he did it just by accident. There must be some thought and calculation for such an aim. Which brings us to the fine-tuning of the universe for life. We all know our universe has many constants and quantities.
Oh yeah, I remember in physics or chemistry classes, I had to memorize all those numbers.
Yeah, those numbers are very, very precise, and many scientists have observed that our universe can be life-permitting only if these values fall into such a very extraordinary narrow range.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's kind of scary to even think about what if we're not here, if any of those numbers were just shifted by that one little bit. And so, yeah, how can you explain that?
Yeah, let's watch this video that explains the fine-tuning argument first.
From galaxies and stars, down to atoms and subatomic particles, the very structure of our universe is determined by these numbers. These are the fundamental constants and quantities of the universe. Scientists have come to the shocking realization that each of these numbers has been carefully dialed to an astonishingly precise value, a value that falls within an exceedingly narrow, life-permitting range. If any one of these numbers were altered by even a hair's breadth, no physical, interactive life of any kind could exist anywhere. There'd be no stars, no life, no planets, no chemistry. Consider gravity, for example. The force of gravity is determined by the gravitational constant. If this constant varied by just 1 in 10 to the 60th parts, none of us would exist. To understand how exceedingly narrow this life-permitting range is, imagine a dial divided into 10 to the 60th increments. To get a handle on how many tiny points on the dial this is, compare it to the number of cells in your body, or the number of seconds that have ticked by since time began. If the gravitational constant had been out of tune by just one of these infinitesimally small increments, the universe would either have expanded and thinned out so rapidly that no stars could form and life couldn't exist, or it would have collapsed back on itself with the same result: no stars, no planets, and no life. Or consider the expansion rate of the universe. This is driven by the cosmological constant. A change in its value by a mere 1 part in 10 to the 120th parts would cause the universe to expand too rapidly or too slowly. In either case, the universe would again be life prohibiting. Or another example of fine-tuning. If the mass and energy of the early universe were not evenly distributed to an incomprehensible precision of 1 part in 10 to the 10 to the 123rd, the universe would be hostile to life of any kind. The fact is, our universe permits physical, interactive life only because these, and many other numbers, have been independently and exquisitely balanced on a razor's edge. Wherever physicists look, they see examples of fine-tuning. The remarkable fact is that the values of these numbers seem to have been very finely adjusted to make possible the development of life. If anyone claims not to be surprised by the special features that the universe has, he's hiding his head in the sand. These special features are surprising and unlikely. What is the best explanation for this astounding phenomenon? There are 3 live options. The fine-tuning of the universe is due to either physical necessity, chance, or design. Which of these options is the most plausible? According to this alternative, the universe must be life-permitting. The precise values of these constants and quantities could not be otherwise. But is this plausible? Is a life-prohibiting universe impossible? Far from it. It's not only possible, it's far more likely than a life-permitting universe. The constants and quantities are not determined by the laws of nature. There's no reason or evidence to suggest that fine-tuning is necessary. How about chance? Did we just get really, 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 really lucky? No. The probabilities involved are so ridiculously remote as to put the fine-tuning well beyond the reach of chance. So, in an effort to keep this option alive, some have gone beyond empirical science and opted for a more speculative approach, known as the multiverse. They imagine a universe generator that cranks out such a vast number of universes that, odds are, life-permitting universes will eventually pop out. However, there's no scientific evidence for the existence of this multiverse. It cannot be detected, observed, measured, or proved. And the universe generator itself would require an enormous amount of fine-tuning. Furthermore, small patches of order are far more probable than big ones. So the most probable observable universe would be a small one, inhabited by a single, simple observer. But what we actually observe is the very thing that we should least expect: a vast, spectacularly complex, highly ordered universe, inhabited by billions of other observers. So even if the multiverse existed, which is a moot point, it wouldn't do anything to explain the fine-tuning. Given the implausibility of physical necessity or chance, the best explanation for why the universe is fine-tuned for life may very well be it was designed that way. A common-sense interpretation of the facts suggests that a super-intellect monkeyed with physics, and that there are no blind forces worth speaking about in nature. The numbers one calculates from the facts seem to me so overwhelming as to put this conclusion almost beyond question. There is for me powerful evidence that there is something going on behind it all. It seems as though somebody has fine-tuned nature's numbers to make the universe. The impression of design is overwhelming. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they reveal knowledge.
That was such a good but dense video. Let's do a quick recap.
Yeah, so I heard there are 3 options to explain the fact that the universe is so finely tuned for life to exist. It might be out of necessity, chance, or design.
Yup, can it be out of necessity? Where these quantities cannot be anything else? No, actually these constants can be anything other than their specific value. For example, let's take the gravitational constant. Instead of 6.673, what if we round that number to 7? Which is so much easier to remember in midterms. But that can actually make it impossible for life to form. However, since these constants and quantities are independent of nature's law, fine-tuning is not a physical necessity.
Well, can it be by chance then? All these constants just happen by chance and happen to fall into this narrow range that's perfect for life. So like Daniel shooting for the perfect arrow. Imagine if Daniel did it for 100 times and each time it's out of luck that he shot it directly at Josh's heart. Well, that's how ridiculous and highly improbable it actually is, given how precise the universe is.
Yeah, neither necessity nor chance provide a good explanation of the fine-tuning of the universe. Which leads to the third option, which is a designer who designed a universe precisely to permit life. For example, imagine if you found this iPhone in the desert and you wonder where it came from. Looking at the intricate design and all the functions, would you think the wind and lightning and all the chemical reaction came together so you could take a selfie? 1, 2, 3. No, you probably guess some person must have created this thing. Just like how the phone has a phone maker, we can probably conclude that humans might have a creator too.
Yeah, and if that's true, science is not contradictory at all, because through science, we're just able to discover the amazing knowledge of the creator. And the more we learn about science and universe, the more we can see the intentional heart for this powerful designer.
Alright, this is all we got for this week's Mentos episode. You might have some different questions that may have popped up into your head as you listen to these presentations, and that's totally understandable. Please enter any questions or thoughts you may have about this topic of the existence of God into this quick form below, and we will try to address them in our next Mentos episode.
Alright, we'll see you next week. Zoe, do you want some Mentos?
Yeah, I love some!
Yeah.
Thank you.